house upon the hill. She'd light a lamp when evening still. Her prayers would drift from room to room, as gentle as a summer bloom. No corner dark, no heart alone. Her presence felt like heaven's home. When sorrow knocked, she'd bring us peace. Her faith brought strength that never ceased. Her faith filled every room like morning sun chasing gloom. When walls would shake or hope would fail, her spirit rose on holy gale. Though years may pass, I still presume her light remains. Her faith filled every room. At dinner table she'd bow her head, thankful for crumbs of daily bread. Her voice rose soft in humble tune and lifted us beneath that moon. Now I walk these halls alone, hear her whisper in every stone. And when my heart forgets to bloom, I feel her faith fill every room. Her faith filled every room like morning sun chasing gloom. When shadows came and tears consumed, her love shone bright, her faith filled every room. Though time moves on and spirits loom, we stand in light. Her faith filled every room.
Clocked out on a Friday late. Boss said, son, don't show up late. I smiled and said, I won't be back. Threw my tie in the backseat with my past. I took the old 2-lane back road bend, past a sign that said start again. One hand out, radio loud, left my worries in that big town cloud. With $20 and a tank of gas, I left behind what I knew wouldn't last. No big plans, just a heart that's full of back road dreams and a belly half full. I may not have much, but man, it feels vast with $20 and a tank of gas. Stopped by Joe's for a slice and beer. Old folks smiled like I'd been here. My boots hit gravel, my soul hit peace. A breeze like that brings you release. With $20 and a tank of gas, I left behind what I knew wouldn't last. No big plans, just a heart that's full of back road dreams and a belly half full. I may not have much, but man, it feels vast with $20 and a tank of gas. Some folks chase gold or fame. Me, I'll take dirt roads in my daddy's name. With $20 and a tank of gas, I found a place where time moves past, slow and easy, sweet and true, with porch light girls and sky so blue. I ain't rich, but I sure feel class with $20 and a tank of gas.
We found it tucked on page 109 next to verses she'd underlined, folded twice in faded blue. Her curse is soft, her words like dew. It wasn't long, but Lord, it spoke of things she held and ones that broke. She wrote, if you read this, I'm gone, but don't you think I'm truly gone? The letter in her Bible knew that we'd need peace when skies weren't blue. She said, don't cry too loud for me, I've got more joy than eyes can see. And every Sunday sing the hymn, I'll be right there between each line of him. She named us all by child and name, said Daddy's love was still the same. She thanked the Lord for grace so wide and signed it soft with love, your bride. The letter in her Bible knew that we'd need peace when skies weren't blue. She said, don't cry too loud for me, I've got more joy than eyes can see. And every Sunday sing the hymn, I'll be right there between each line of hymn. She left no house, no rings, no gold, just words too deep, too sweet to hold. The letter in her Bible stays between the Psalms and prayerful days. And when I read her final line, it feels like Sunday all the time. She wrote, I'm home where I belong. And now her words still sing me home.
Chipped on top and hums off key, been sitting there since '83. Mama used to twist the dial while frying eggs and humming mild. Daddy'd sip his morning joe, tap his boots and nod real slow, while Haggard sang of things gone wrong and Mama mouthed each lonesome song. The kitchen radio still plays on low through quiet meals and falling snow. It's not that loud, but Lord, it knows the love and loss this old house holds. No fancy screens, no modern glow,
just memories in the kitchen radio. I moved away, I found a life, 2 kids, a job, a city wife. But every time I visit back, that old thing brings my soul on track. The kitchen radio still plays on low through quiet meals and falling snow. It's not that loud, but Lord, it knows the love and loss this old house holds. No fancy screens, no modern glow, just memories in the kitchen radio. Some songs age like the paint on walls and take you home with just 2 chords. Now mama's gone and daddy too, but every dawn it still breaks through. I turn it up just soft and slow and say good morning to the ones I know. It ain't much, but it's all I know, that I'm still loved by the kitchen radio. I walked a path with broken dreams, bruised by life's unforgiving schemes. But she came through with steady hands, showed me trust that darkness bends. Her laughter lit a world so dim. She taught me how to love again. She never rushed, she never scorned, healed my heart with words unspoken, and gentle touch and patient grace. She opened love's enduring place. Now every smile I wear today is part of what she gave away. She taught me how to love again, how to mend where I had been broken. Her faith in me, her heart so kind, made me whole and redefined. Though storms may rage, I won't complain. She taught me how to love again. Some seek love in fleeting flames, but she showed how to heal the pains. Now when my heart begins to cave, I find her voice, my soul to save. She taught me how to love again. Her spirit guides me through each season. When faith was lost and fear held sway, her light restored my every day. Though time What if I'd called instead of waiting? What if I'd stayed when she was breaking? What if I turned the porch light on and met her tears before they were gone? What if I hadn't checked that phone and kissed her lips instead of stone? What if I left work on time and danced with her instead of that wine? A dozen what ifs haunt these walls, echo soft in empty halls. They don't shout, they just sit still, like folded notes on windowsills. And every night they softly drift through my heart. A dozen what ifs. What if I'd heard her silent plea? What if I gave the love she'd need? What if I held her when she shook instead of reaching for my book? A dozen what ifs haunt these walls, echo soft in empty halls. They don't shout, they just sit still, like folded notes on windowsills. And every night they softly drift through my heart. A dozen what ifs. Slammed, never cursed, she just left with a quiet first. Now what if I could turn back time? Would I still miss each subtle sign? Would I still lose the love I had to one more joke, one less I'm glad? Or would I change what I now miss, lose the weight of a dozen what ifs? He built a porch with his two bare hands, fixed up a roof when the storms began. She made a home with a gentle touch. They didn't have much, but it was enough. They're living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, dancing in the kitchen like no one cares. No shiny gold, no fancy car, just a worn-out couch and an old guitar. But love like that don't need no hype, just a heart full of hope and a house full of light. He kissed her cheek every single day, even when the bills piled up in the way. She made do with a thrift store dress, said we may be broke, but we sure feel blessed. They're living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, dancing in the kitchen like no one cares. No diamond rings, no weekend flights, just coffee for two and the soft porch light. And love like that don't need no hype, just a heart full of hope and a house full of light. they still held hands every day. Kids moved out, the world moved fast, but their kind of love was built to last. Still living on laughter, dreaming on prayers, rocking on the front porch without a care. No need for riches, they got it right. Just hearts full of hope and a house full of light. Yeah, love like that don't fade with night. It shines even more in a house full of light.
She said love would be like the movies, all roses, dances and dreams. But the credits don't roll when the tears start to fall, and not every ending redeems. 'Cause here in the real world, hearts don't always mend. Sometimes the story just don't make sense. There ain't no magic kiss at midnight. Sometimes a good guy don't win the fight, and happily ever after's just a tale they tell. Yeah, love's not a fairy tale. Here in the real world, I gave her time, I gave her space. I wrote her songs she'll never play. But you can't hold on to someone gone, no matter the words you say. 'Cause here in the real world, hearts don't always mend. Sometimes the story just don't make sense. There ain't no magic kiss at midnight. Sometimes the good guy don't win the fight, and happily ever after's just a tale they tell. Yeah, love's not a fairy tale. Here in the real world, if this was a novel, she'd come back to me. But this chapter ends with just memory. Here in the real world, you stand in the rain. You learn to carry a little pain. No white horse ride, no wedding bell, just a faded note and a cheap motel. And happily ever afters, just a tale they sell. 'Cause love ain't no fairy tale. Here in the real world.
I was 8 years old, with legs too short to reach the pedals in that old Ford. But Daddy said, boy, just take your time, and put his strong hands over mine. And we rolled through the fields
dust in the air, wind wild and free. I didn't know it then, but I'd start to feel the love of a man by the grid on a wheel. He worked all day, came home tired, but still found time for my wild desires. Right at dusk, just me and him. That rattle truck felt like a rocket ship, and we rolled through the fields past the old pine tree. Dust in the air, wind wild and free. I didn't know it then, but I'd start to feel the love of a man by the grill on a wheel. Now I've got a boy with wide-eyed dreams in a red toy truck that runs on steam. I see myself when he starts to steer, so I smile and say, "You're doing fine right here." And we roll through the fields past the old pine tree. Dust in the air, wind wild and free. He's holding on tight, and I start to feel the circle of love on the grip of a wheel.
She'd walk down gravel roads in worn-out shoes, waving at folks like they held her truth. With daisies blooming where her heels had passed, she left more beauty than the world could grasp. She hummed like Sunday soft and sure, bringing joy where the heart felt poor. Kids would smile, dogs would race, just to feel her kindness in that place. She left spring in her step, sunshine in her wake, like the warmth of a pie Mama used to bake. Her laugh was a breeze that danced with the trees. Her presence was calm like the hush before peace. She never said much, but the whole town knew. Wherever she walked, wildflowers grew. She'd leave a pie on a neighbor's chair, and gospel tunes floating through the air. She never asked for praise or fame, just wanted love to know her name. She left spring in her steps, hope in the rain, a melody soft that still sings in my brain. You'd see her once and feel brand new, like Sunday socks and Easter blue. Though time moves on, I still believe she left more than steps, she left me reprieve. Now the road's the same, but not quite bright, without her smile, without her light. But every April when robins return, I swear I feel her and flowers burn. She left spring in her steps, love without end. She taught the soil how to mend, her shadow soft like a hymn unsaid, a living prayer where memories tread. And when I walk
that road today. I smile 'cause she walked this way. Out past the town where the blacktop ends, the mailboxes lean like tired old friends. There's a dirt road curve I used to race, and a cottonwood stump carved with my face. It's where I learned to throw a line, where Grandpa taught me, son, take your time. First beer, first fight, first kiss in vain. That back road mud still holds the stain. Backroads know my name, they call me home. Every rut, every bend, every stone. They've seen me run, they've seen me pray, they've seen me turn and walk away. I've been gone, but I can't stay tame, 'cause the back roads still know my name. Mama's porch light flickers warm, Daddy's old boots by the barn door worn. That gravel dust is in my blood, and Sunday bells still echo good. Backroads know my name, they call me home. Every rut, every bend, every stone. They've seen me run, they've seen me pray, they've seen me turn and walk away. I've been gone, but I can't stay tame, 'cause the back roads still know my name. You can trade your truck for city lights, but country roads don't lose your eyes. Backroads know my name when the world forgets. They keep my dreams and old regrets. They wind like time through fields in flame and whisper low, boy, nothing's changed. You can go, but you're still the same. 'Cause these back roads, they know your name.
This morning, you were next to me. Coffee in your hand, same as it's always been. You don't wear diamonds, you don't paint gold, but girl, you're the richest thing I'll ever hold. You're my jackpot, hit it in one spin. Every little smile's a big time. Spotlight or a stage to shine. You light up the room just being mine. You know my flaws still stick around, and you build me up without breaking me down. You're my jackpot, hit it in one spin. Well, every little smile's a big time.
some chase fame. I just chased you, and I'm glad you came. You're my jackpot, prize of my life. You made me better just being my wife. No need to wish, no need to try. I already hit the sky. Yeah, you're my jackpot, and I'm right on time. Woke up this morning when you were next to me. Coffee in your hand, same as it's always been.
In a red canoe, tossed them both in when the summer blew through. A barefoot girl with a rebel grin said, let's raise hell, and we both jumped in. Down by the river where the cold water ran, we were raising Cain and holding hands, sipping sweet tea, skipping class, running from the law and burning gas. We didn't know much, but we knew we were free. Back by the river, just her and me. Radio up with a country tune, mud on the tires in the heat of June. Mama said, boy, don't you be no fool. But I learned more there than I ever did in school. Down by the river where the cold water ran, we were raising Cain and holding hands, sipping sweet tea, skipping class, running from the law and burning gas. We didn't know much, but we knew we were free. Back by the river, just her and me. But I still go there in my mind, to that muddy bank in the July sky, where we kiss like we never say goodbye. Down by the river where the cold water ran, we were raising Cain and holding hands, sipping sweet tea, skipping class, running from the law and burning gas. We didn't know much, but we knew we were free. Back by the river, just her and me. Down by the river where the cold water ran, we were raising Cain and holding hands, sipping sweet tea, skipping class, running from the law and burning gas. We didn't know much, but we knew we were free. Back by the river, just her and me. Left town, I stayed behind, but I still go there in my mind, to that muddy bank in the July sky, where we kissed like we'd never say goodbye. Down by the river where the cold water ran, we were raising Cain and holding hands, sipping sweet tea, skipping class, running from the law and burning gas. We didn't know much, but we knew we were free. Back by the river, just her and me.
She didn't quote a single verse, didn't preach when life got worse. No Bible marked with colored lines, just hands that work and eyes that shined. She showed her faith with bread she baked and every silent prayer she'd make. She ironed shirts and packed my lunch, sang hymns low while we ate brunch. Wasn't loud, but heaven heard each kindness in her daily word. No stage, no crowd, no Sunday show, but grace was in each seed she'd sow. Her faith was in the doing, in the sweeping and the stewing, in the way she held the door and how she knelt on kitchen floor. She walked with God not by display, but step by step, in quiet ways. Some folks praise with choirs grand. She just held a neighbor's hand, and when she passed, the church bell rang. The pews were full, the heavens sang. Her faith was in the doing, in her giving, in her brewing, in every hug, in every grace and love she left around this place. She didn't need the world to see, God knew her heart, and that's enough for me. The dishes cracked, the voices rose, the front door slammed like April's close. Mama cried, my brother swore, and silence trembled across the floor. Then he stepped in with calloused hands, said it's on me like a simple man. No speech, no fight, no strong defense, just truth dressed up in quiet sense. He took the blame when no one would, swallowed pride for the greater good. He bore the storm, he walked alone, so peace could find its way back home. Not out of guilt or need for fame, just love so strong. He took the blame. At school I'd flinch when trouble came. He'd show up early, sign his name. Boys will be boys, he'd always say, then fix my mess.
the blame. Now I'm a man with kids of mine, and I hear him in the in-between lines. When dinner burns or tempers rise and silence stands like wounded pride, I take a breath, I speak his name, and like he did, I take the blame. Not 'cause I'm weak or seek acclaim, but 'cause he taught me how love takes blame.
The more I live, the less I race. I find more peace in a slower pace. I don't chase things like I used to do. Now I just sit and watch the sky turn blue. The more I live, the more I see that love don't need to shout to be. A touch, a smile, a quiet word can speak the loudest when it's heard. I don't regret what I've been through. The more I live, the more I value you. I used to hold grudges like they were gold. Now I let go and I feel whole. The things that broke me now make sense. Time turns pain into common sense. The more I live, the more I see that love don't need to shout to be. A touch, a smile, a quiet word can speak the loudest when it's heard. I don't regret what I've been through. The more I live, the more I value you. And the mirror don't scare me anymore. It shows a man I'm grateful for. The more I live, the more I give, the less I need just to forgive. The road behind was never straight, but led me here and it feels like fate. And if I've got one thing left to do, it's to live more days beside you. Scare me anymore. It shows a man I'm grateful for. The more I live, the more I give, the less I need just to forgive. The road behind was never straight, but led me here and it feels like fate. And if I've got one thing left to do, it's to live more days beside you.
Morning light leaked through the blinds, soft and still, but peace I couldn't find. till I saw the table set with grace, coffee hot, a gentle smile on her face. She'd rise before the world could groan, with hands of steel wrapped round my own. Said face the day with faith, not fear. Her quiet words I long to hear. Her strength woke me at dawn, lifted me to stand when shadows haunted my mind and I could not command. She gave me courage in those early hours, a love that blossomed like desert flowers. Though life was hard and nights were long, her strength woke me at dawn. I tracked her steps down the country lane, watched her kneel and pray through every pain. Her sacrifice, a guiding song. She showed me right when all felt wrong. Now I carry that torch each day when doubts invade and led astray. I recall her faith so strong and find my own at dawn. Her strength woke me at dawn, lifted me to stand when trouble stormed around my heart. She placed me in her hands. I pass her legacy to my own son, so he can rise as she has done. Though time moves on and years aren't long, her strength still wakes me at dawn.
She always left the light on down the hallway near the stairs. Said even grown-up hearts can need a little care. When I came home too late or didn't call, that golden glow would catch me, wrap me like a shawl. I never thought to thank her, never thought to ask why one small bulb could hold the weight of every task. But now the house is quiet and the walls are bare, and I keep that bulb burning like she's still there. She left the light on when I was lost, when love came cold and dreams had cost. She never said I told you so, just lit the way so I could know that no matter where I'd gone too long, she left the light on. The switch is worn, the glass is dim, but I see her smile and every flicker thin. And when I feel like letting go or giving in, that porch light hums like a violin. She left the light on through every storm, through every season I was torn. Not with words, but with the glow that told me all I need to know, that even now, though she's long gone, she left the light on.
quiet sign, a gentle grace, a mother's love in time and space. In every life where love lives on, we leave the light on.
A single look from her hazel eyes told me truth no words could disguise. Her smile lit up the darkest night, turned my wrongs into something right. No need for riches, no need for chance. She gave me the world in a glance. We sat on porches at twilight's fall, sipped sweet tea beneath the garden wall. One glance from her was all I'd need to know our hearts would always lead. Though time may shift and seasons dance, I still hold her world in a glance. She gave me the world in a glance, a promise made in an instant chance. When days grow cold and nights grow long, I close my eyes and feel her strong. No treasure could replace that romance. She gave me the world in a glance. Some chase fame, some chase gold, but her eyes were stories untold. In her gaze I found my home, a place where love could freely roam. She gave me the world in a glance, a love so true, a timeless dance. When life moves on and dreams advance, I still live in that world in a glance. No matter how far fate may prance, her gift remains in one glance.